Hey guys and gals, it is me, Sacred G, and today I want to actually have a discussion about RPGs. The 3D, open world, or the Western RPGs, if, some of them, or some of you would like to call them. And that is, in particular, I want to talk about an RPG snob. So in order to know what an RPG snob is, we're going to have to look at the definition of a snob. I'm going to change some of the wording, not the entire definition, but a snob, a person who believes, or this is one of the definitions, a person who believes that their taste in a particular area, in this term game, are superior to those of other people. Okay, and what made me make this video, I was watching a video a few days ago now called The Witcher 3 is not an RPG. I mean, you can have your opinions on games you don't consider RPGs, that is 100% fine. But there's a problem I've seen that people think that, well, this game did this. Like, for an example, Morrowind did this, Skyrim didn't, so it's not an RPG. So, that makes Skyrim a bad RPG, or Fallout 4 a bad RPG, or Fallout New Vegas a bad RPG. The list goes on. And the issue with this is that is a taste. That's not an objective fact. Okay, you may like having skill points. You may like doing all these other things. Like, I personally liked the reputation system with the towns. Could care less about the factions, to be honest. But the towns, I thought that was fine. It sucks they didn't put it in Fallout 4, but I'm not going to sit here and say that Fallout 4, pardon me, is a bad RPG. The same thing with Skyrim. I hear this said many times, not just with these games. I hear it with a bunch of other games as well. I'm pretty sure there are games that a lot of people consider to be an RPG, and someone's going to come along and say, well, it's not an RPG because it has this, this, and that, and this game, and bring up another game that had a different design philosophy, of course, is how these go. And that's what that video had. It had this section, the video itself I don't think was terrible. I mean, to someone, saying that The Witcher 3 and telling you that your favorite game is not an RPG is a bit disheartening to see. At the end of the day, though, this is YouTube, and this is an outlet to talk about these sort of things. So I'm not going to harp too much about that. It's just one section of this guy's video. He brought up, like, how all these other games had, older games too, mind you, had these systems in place. And I was sitting there thinking the entire time, I was like, dude, this is what you like. Not every game is going to have everything, or the things from the past in the game, in the games. Okay, because RPGs, at least the Western ones, are evolving. I'm pretty sure JRPGs are in their own way. It's just, when you hear this sort of thing, it's like, that's your taste, because they try to make it seem like fact, and that's the way it should be made. And I don't think so. I think, honestly, evolving and changing elements is 100% fine, as long as, you keep some of the core things. I'm just kidding. I was being a little satirical there. Whatever your definition of an RPG is, great. And actually, as a matter of fact, why don't you guys tell me, and gals, tell me exactly what makes an RPG to you? What game would you not play? I understand some of you may say Fallout 4, which is fine, and Skyrim and all that stuff. But what makes an RPG to you? Because what makes an RPG to me, and I'm not saying this is how they all should be made, is living in a world, making a character from scratch, a race or whatever the hell it is. You make the character, and not only do you make the character, you make the character with their personality. Okay? Like, for an example, you want to play as a morally gray character, make a couple bad decisions in some side quests, and there you go, and help people out in some side quests. That's kind of morally gray, or have them have a really dirty habit. Almost said hobbit. A dirty habit, okay? That is a definition of an RPG to me, and also being able to live in the world as well. I think that helps out, at least for me, quite a bit. You know, don't be fooled by these people who say that, oh, well, all these other games that have nothing to do with The Witcher 3, that are older, or anything in between, not just The Witcher 3, you know, for the Fallout games as well. Oh, well, you know, Fallout 1 and 2 had this. Why didn't New Vegas? That, like, bad RPG. And they try to make it seem objective. And it's not. That's what I want to talk about. This video is very short, and I think it's stupid. But people be people. You can, again, have your opinions, but do not make them seem as fact. Alright, that's me, Sacred G. Thank you all for listening, watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace the fuck out. And again, what is your definition of RPG? I'd like to actually read them since I shared mine with you. We trade off, you share yours with me. See you all in the next video. Peace the fuck out. Bye.